All right, it's Monday, August 14th, just following up on Adobe. You can see here it's moving up nicely. Bought it here near the first blue line. I'll show you in a second. I scaled out to set up an overage trade at that second blue line. Just sold some more here at this blue line. On the 15-minute chart, you can see here the first three bars are moving up nicely. We've reached targets already, and we'll see what unfolds for the rest of the day. But after that first bar, kind of starting green and following through a little higher, I bought it here on the first blue line. Initially, right out of the gates, we took out the lows of the previous day, and then almost that first bar we kind of came to the midpoint of that day with also a pre-market target up there. So you had kind of a confluence of targets, and that's why I felt good about buying that. And now we're heading up directionally on the day. You can see here I've already scaled, I bought the stock at 511.63, scaled out 2 points higher, 513.65, and sold some more at 515.25. So it's up close to 4 points from entry and continuing higher. We will see here on the daily chart now, this was kind of the objective initially, to kind of get an outside day, taking out the low of the previous day, failing, getting to the midpoint of that day, then heading to the high. Now we see if we begin to get a directional day the upside and close with a big green bar, and maybe on the weekly chart we're starting to get a potential reversal, taking out the low of the previous week after that red bar. That's all it had to do, but now it starts up, and if we can get to the midpoint of that week sometime, either today or later in the week, maybe we're heading all the way back up here and getting an outside bar on the weekly chart, which can take it all the way back up to like 532 area. So, we'll see what unfolds with Adobe. Good, strong stock and an uptrend overall. This is just a brief pullback. So you're looking for, potential, maybe resumption of the trend to the upside. So we kind of had that out of the gates here with this opening price action, but it could just be a broadening, 3-bar here. That's why I got out of most of the position with a nice basic gain, and maybe this is it for the day and we end up with a 3-bar today, outside bar, and maybe a 2 up, 2 down kind of thing. As long as this we don't get above the midpoint of the prior week, we could just be maybe starting a little bit green to start, and maybe we continue lower towards some lower targets. But we'll find that out given now that we have the 3-bar, what unfolds either today or in the days ahead. So this was really the target. Again, structure is going to tell us now whether this is more, continuation to the upside with just a orderly pause, second push up, closing strongly green. That'll likely project higher in the week. But if we just kind of fail up in here, you never know, then we'll, see what unfolds by the rest of the day. And for today's structure anyway, the midpoint of that first bar would be the stop. As long as we kind of just have orderly pauses in here, we'll see if we can stay green for the rest of the day. But a good trade on Adobe out of the gates, given the, the opening price action and some of the context in play.